drama and the excitement. You certainly love that pictures, and you'll be able to see them on social media. As the Zambian team comes out, the likes of Enoch Mwepu, number 11, number 10, Fashion Sakala, and that's the Zambian coach, Beston Chambeshi, nicknamed Quicksilver, Daniel Jerry, Buton Kuba Musonda. On the right is the assistant coach for the Zambian team and coach for local side, Green Buffaloes Football Club. Of course, Musonda on the left is the uncle of the Chelsea midfielder, Charlie Musonda Jr. So the two teams coming out, led by the match officials, Helder Martinez de Cavallo. So the Egyptians are feeling confident. They must have heard the news from Dola that Mali is leading 1-0 against Guinea. And if it does end that way, it will be Zambia who will top the group, Egypt to finish second, and they will meet the runners-up from Group B, who will be in action tomorrow. And of course, one of those games in Group B here at the Hero Stadium. So Patson Daka seeking divine intervention from above. He was the top scorer for Power Dynamos. All the Zambian players down on their knees. They've got a phrase called ball analyzer, which is a Bemba phrase, simply put, or translated in English, meaning football with Jesus for the Almighty. So it's Zambia who got us started with the second stanza here. And shooting from the left to the right on your screen. But for this man, 56 years of age, Beston Chambeshi, he's coach for local side Lukwana Radiants, who campaign in the MTN Faz Super League. So referee Helder Martinez de Cavallo gets us underway for the second half. And interestingly, for the referee, his hobby is that he likes swimming. Sakala Solomon for Zambia. The long one, he was hoping to get Edward Silufia. Remember that the Zambians have made one change that saw Crispin Sakuland taken off for Emmanuel Banda, the Portuguese bass player. But again, if you look at how Egypt played in the last game against Guinea, they did take the lead, but issues of concentration coming to the fore towards the end of the match, and in the process conceding a late equalizer that came through from the Guinea side. So we want to see how the reaction will be this afternoon. So in 2007 in Congo Brazzaville, during the tournament that was hosted by Congo Brazzaville, that match played on January 27 in 2017. It was a final Group B match like this one, which is final Group A. Zambia beat Egypt 3-0. But in the meantime, Fashion Sakala and offside. So prior to the offside call by the first assistant, Steven Skumalo from the Republic of South Africa, I was talking about the last time these two sides met in terms of group action at the under-20. That game was played on the 27th of January in 2007 in Congo Brazzaville. It was a final Group B match, and Zambia beat Egypt by 3-0 in Brazzaville. Clifford Mulenga scoring a brace in the 28th and 53rd minutes, and Fayo Tembo scored the other goal for Zambia in the 44th minute in that tournament where Zambia finished 4th and thereby securing a berth of them representing Africa at the Under-20 World Cup in Canada. Because the Zambian team did play against the likes of Jordan and also played against Honduras. Now, cross comes through. Goalkeeper's gone out to no man's land, but he's got a slight touch. A decisive one that came through from Mustafa Mohamed. Danger not completely cleared, only now, and corner for Zambia. had a slight touch, a decisive one, that did not make Edward Silva to make contact. So for the first corner in the second half here. Not one of them properly taken. But Zambia now! And it's a goal! What a reaction from the Zambians! And Zambia restores parity here at the Hero Stadium. It's Patson Daka with his second goal in this tournament. My word! The corner not properly taken. Puts us control from Fashion Sakala and Patson Daka. But the header from Solomon Sakala. Fashion Sakala and in one. And Patson Daka equalizing for Zambia here at the Hero Stadium. So, the Zambians are slowly becoming traditionalists in terms of them getting equalizers. And Daka with the second goal of the tournament. It's Zambia 1 and Egypt 1. So the equalizer for Zambia finally coming through. Come at the man, the goal, and it's Patson Daka, the 19-year-old striker from FC, the referee in Austria. The second goal of the tournament now. Zambia and the whistle had gone up. And so, yellow card for Enoch Mwempu. So Mwempu becomes the first player to be booked this afternoon, the Napsa Stars midfielder. So Mwempu into the referee's book, the 18-year-old Napsa Stars midfielder. So we can confirm that in Ndola at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, it is Guinea who have equalized. So it is Mali 1 and Guinea 1. We're in for some exciting Group A drama. Now Egypt. One thing for sure the Egyptians have failed to do, twice they've led against Zambia in this case, and also in their last and second game against Guinea, it ended 1-0. Chance now, it is the cross, rather it is the post. Mangani Banda was lost in the thick of things there. So concentration levels being brought to the fore here. Again, this is now the movement was the cross coming through from Ahmed Hani Hussein Ibrahim. And a good header coming through. So maybe issues of having a discussion with the crossbar and the post here for the Egyptians. Zambia, they're suddenly house on fire. Corner. Such a goal kick. So since 1999 at the under-20 level, Zambia and Egypt have never drawn 1-0. Should it end this way, it will be another statistic and important information that will be added to the history in terms of under-20 representation between these two sides. So in Ndola, at the Levi Mwanawasa Stadium, Mali yet again have taken the lead. It is Mali 2 and Guinea 1. As the Chipolopolo anthem comes out alive here. Chipolopolo, a local Nyanja simply puts a word for copper bullets. Mwempu. Now Zambia to the left. Sakala, Fashion offside. Desperation, frustration, desolation for Fashion Sakala. what good reaction from the Zambian side. They must have been fairly hit and words from Besson Chambesh at halftime. They've come out a different position in this second half here. Mwepu, Enoch. Now Zambia, good intervention coming through. They hope to come forward now. What's inside? Opportunity! And a missed chance by Zambia! Surely it was easier to score than to miss. You had already seen the headlines. What a missed chance from Patson Jaka. It would have been his third goal in this Qatar Under-20 tournament. And obviously the second of this match. What a missed chance. With only the goalkeeper to beat Mustafa Issa Muhammad and the young Patson Jaka missing. What a glorious opportunity for the Zambians to take the lead here. So again, in BZB, Zambia coming through. 1-2, brought down. Good tackle coming from the Egyptians. And a foul committed on Nedved. Mwepu going out strong there. So Zambia suddenly coming out strong in the second half. 10 minutes played in the second stanza. 1-0 between Zambia and Egypt. You wonder what Besson Chambesh must have told the boys at halftime. I always like using the phrase of cliche probably. He must have probably kicked some few buckets of water in the dressing room. Boyd Musson for Zambia. The Egyptians somewhat looking tired. They will have to sup and summon all their energies in the reserves. Nyondo. Nyondo is the free kick for Zambia, Moses. So Nyondo in the thick of things, two Egyptian players sandwiching him. But Nyondo, Nole, nickname, winning it for the Zambians. Back pass, too much for Nyondo. The player from MC Academy, now on the books of the Kana Youth Setup. Zambia, Banda, just now and offside, Patson Jaka. So run call by the first assistant, Stevens Kumalo from South Africa. Suddenly proving and turning out to be an exciting game. In the meantime, in Ndola, it is Mali winning 2-1 against Guinea. This match has been played at the same time, simply put simultaneously. Good turning by the Egyptians to the left. Ahmed Muhammad. Good cover from Shemi Mayembe. Mwepu. So the semi-finals semi-final one will be played here on Wednesday at 6 p.m. Of course, Zambia waiting for the team that will finish second in Group B. And this is how the incident happened. That late challenge coming through from Edward Silufia on Ahmed Ramadan Abdul Muhammad. So much drama at Levi Monasa Stadium. It is now Mali 2 and Guinea yet again have equalized 2. So we're in for some exciting drama in Group A action. Now Egypt on the attack. Nyondo stopping Ahmed Muhammad in his tracks. A long good forward. Touch is good and the offside. That's on that. Clearly Daka Watson in an offside. The Egyptians feel they can get another one. They've got two players at back there. Chance now for Egypt to shoot from there and not taken by the captain Kalim Walid Syed Hassan. But Mangani Banda not happy. Look at the action in terms of how the movement was. That intervention from Shemi Mayembe. Give a chance to Karim Walid Syed Hassan, the player formerly of Haras El Hadoud, now in the books of Al Ali in the Egyptian league. Now, Daka loves to do a lot of his chasing, but Mustafa Muhammad is no easy goalkeeper you can beat on any other day. They start at the back with Osama Khalil Hamid Tamel. Long clearance from the 19-year-old Ali goalkeeper. Zambia offside. So it was Mwepu. I would hope to get something out of there. The player was attracted to interest from FC Red Bull Salzburg in Austria and also some Egyptian teams trying to get the signature of Enoch Mwepu. Then Emmanuel Banda couldn't control that one. Mayembe the throwing. He's also played for a short stint with Forest Rangers in the Zambian Super League. Mayembe. The player will be stopped because one Egyptian player who wants to receive some catching up. The stretch has been called in, and it's the number 12, Akram Shafiq Muhammad Hassan. Our land, our soil, our cup. Cup is Saleh. So cup is Saleh simply puts that the cup should remain here. But this is how the ball came through as Egypt took the lead to Kalim Walid Syed Hassan, the number 7, Karim Nedved. But the Zambians in the second half, what a strike from Patson Daka. The second one, the equalizer, and the second one for the tournament from the former Changa Rangers striker. So Egypt down to 10 as play continues here. Muhammad Essam Mustafa Muhammad. Thus far, he's been an outstanding goalkeeper, and if there's an award for goalkeeper up to this stage, in my analysis, Muhammad Essam Mustafa Muhammad should be one of them. Now, Passion Sakala, prison one, and desperation, almost resulting in a wrong goal from Osama Khalil Hamid Tamel. Pressure on Egypt, the one quick breakthrough from Passion Sakala. Desperation, chance to see, calling for desperation measures. I think Egypt need to of concentration, and they keep their nerves low because they seem to be panicking, and in the process, that is allowing Zambia to come at them. So the Zambian Republican President Edgar Chagwalungu enjoying the proceedings. He's played some football as well in terms of the amateur ranks. So corner for Zambia. Zambia benefited from such a situation and did get a corner. Watch it to the box. Zambia still return possession. Musonda Boyd boots from there, but straight into the human war of the Egyptians. So the indication is that Osama Galeo Hamid Samuel will not be able to continue, and we anticipate what will be the first change from the Egyptians this afternoon. But what a great comeback for the Zambians, and Kosho Sakala loving the darting runs on the left. So the injured number 4 for the Egyptians, Osama Galeo Hamid Samuel, the 19-year-old defender from Petrojet, will not be able to be part of these afternoon's proceedings in this second half. But now Zambia, Boyd Musonda. I can imagine what celebrations will engulf the nation, the Zambian nation, depending on the result this afternoon. So that's the injured number 6, Mahmoud Mareo Abdelfadil Sharafuddin. Will not be able to continue with play. The 17-year-old midfielder from Wadi Degla. Of course, Wadi Degla currently number 8 in the Egyptian league. And for the Zambians, they've had one player who has played for the Wadi Degla side, and that's Renaud Sate Kamkamba. So, Jaka and Hassan's goals, it is Zambia 1 and Egypt 1. So the back now, Egypt to start. Rather, Zambia, my bad. With Sakala, Basho, good pass. Was hoping to get Emmanuel Banda. But good reading of the movement by the Egyptians. Foul in the meantime on Ahmed Ramadan Abdul. So the Egyptians, this doesn't look too good. Player has been stopped here, and all the team medics have been called in. This doesn't look too good, and everyone has been told to leave the space so that there's more fresh air to come through. They're trying to resuscitate the Egyptian player. For the best there. So it's a combined effort of the Zambian medical personnel and the second combining with the Egyptian medical personnel, and that's why it's called the beautiful game, and that's why it's called a game that is played in terms of fair play rules. So there went Solomon Sakala on Mustafa Muhammad Ahmed Abdallah, and Abdallah landed very bad here. So player will be stopped as Abdallah receives some treatment. And the good news is that Abdallah is up and player will be able to continue here. So number 11, Mustafa Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah put on a stretcher here. He's being stretched off. Certainly that's good news. Giving out some signs there. In the meantime, Egypt aligning to bring in Muhammad Abdel Salam Muhammad Abdul Hamid. So the Petrojet defender coming in for what is the first chance for the Egyptians this afternoon. So coming in for Mahmoud Mareo Abdul Fadil. This is certainly good news that Mustafa Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah is back on his feet and able to continue to play this afternoon. So the number 5, Muhammad Abdul Salam Muhammad Abdul Hamid coming back, and so Mustafa Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah back in the fray. Boyd Misonda. Breaking zone for Zambia. Opportunity here. The defender was on his own. Chance for Zambia for the second one. And a bit of dilly-dallying there coming through from Zambia. From Edward Siluka, to be more precise. Egypt will come away with Ahmed Hamid Hussein. Zambia again at the back start. With Ahmed Hani Hussein Ibrahim. Good interchange. Chance now for Egypt, and a corner we have. So Manganibana not happy with the defense lineup, but Solomon Sakala, solo. The product of the Bale Youth Academy, just stopping that one. As Ahmed Hani Hussein Ibrahim. So the number 11, Mustafa Muhammad Ahmed Abdallah, it looked very bad at some point when in a bit of resuscitation, now back into the fray. Just now for Karim Walid Syed Hassan. Zambia will start, and just now for Egypt to start from there. So Mayembe claiming innocence. It's interesting. Mustafa Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah is also hurt. But a few minutes ago, it did not look very well. And I think it's the right call, as Mwepu's boot was nowhere near to making contact with the ball. So Boyd Misonda, one of the players, Zambia players on the wall, is Patson Jaka, the number 20, 13, Shemi Mayembe, and of course number 3, Prosper Chiluya. But for this man, Mangani Banda, so far, 3 games he's been in touch, and he has conceded 2 goals. One against Egypt, and another one against Mali. Zambian player down. But that free kick from Nasser Maha Abdul El Hamid, eluding everyone, including Mustafa Mohammed Ahmed Abdallah. So Nyondo is back. So 52% more possession for Egypt, 5 shots on goal for Egypt, and 6 shots by Zambia. Runs in one, and it's a goal! Fashionable Sakala scores the 10th goal this afternoon. Second one for Zambia. And my word, it is his 8th goal for the under-20s. And third Sakala, the player from Spartak Moscow, putting Zambia in the driving seat. Let's look at the evidence. Michael brings in the cross, and Sakala runs it ahead of Ahmed Ali. Hussein Ibrahim was forwarding. No chance for Muhammad Essa Mustafa Muhammad. And the Zambians have again shown us that they are able to come back. And Zambia looking like it will be 3 out of 3 as Benson Chameshi applauds him. Sakala with the second goal for Zambia. It is Zambia 2 and Egypt 1. So, on the Commonwealth province, it is Guinea now who leads against Mali 3-2. So, it's interesting. Guinea were down twice against Mali, and now they've taken the lead. And here in Lusaka, Zambia was down against Egypt, and now they've taken the lead. So Guinea leading 3-2 against Mali. And if it ends that way, that side, then it means that Guinea will qualify with Zambia from Group A. Because Guinea will be runners-up. So yet another record in the offing. Because since 1999, Zambia has never beaten Egypt by 2-1, or rather Egypt losing 2-1 against Zambia. Now, it was looking promising by the Zambians with Emmanuel Banda. And suddenly Banda's introduction has changed the way the attacking options for Zambia have been. So, Guinea and Zambia, or rather Zambia and Guinea, will qualify if the results that are currently obtaining is what comes through at the end of the match. Foul in the meantime on Enoch Mwepu. And for the referee, Elder Martinez de Caballo, he was part of the African Cup of Nations in 2010 in Angola, this country when it hosted it. Going down, but interestingly, Mwepu going down, but it's interesting rather, the player that will receive treatment in the meantime, and they are being stretched off is Boyd Musonda, the 19-year-old Zanaco Football Club midfielder. He has so far scored 2 goals for the Zambia under-20. What the fans are suddenly laughing is that the Zambian team is able to come back, and you can see the Zambian Republican President Edgar Chagwalungu in the middle there with Andrew Kamanga, the first president on the right, just a mini discussion there, maybe tactical issues. And on the left is the Confederation of African Football CAF President Issa Hayatu. Long clearance by the Egyptians. Solomon Sakala for Zambia. Mayembe. I fancy it will be a long night in Lusaka and also the other towns in Zambia, as it will be celebration time with this victory. Something that we saw when Zambia beat Guinea in the opening game of the 2017 Total African Cup of Nations. Now Egypt with Ahmed Hamad Hussein Hafiz. Good stoppage from Prosper Chiluya. So it will be 3 out of 3 should Zambia win this one. And for the Egyptians it will be 2 draws and 1 loss. Mwepu. cover from Osama Galeo Hamid Samel. Good turning also coming through from Ahmed Hamad Hussein. Now the Egyptians come through. Let's see what they're able to offer here. To the left, Mustafa Muhammad Ahmed Abdallah. But Shemi Mayenge. Cover for the Zambians at the back. Karim Walid Said Hassan. And again, it's interesting. Karim Walid Said Hassan did score in the game against Guinea. It ended 1-0. Into the last 12 minutes, getting down to 11 of this match. Zambia in the driving seat. Meantime, one Egyptian player down. They will not wait for the team medics to come through. Nasama Abdul Hamid receiving a serious push behind from Shemi Mayembe. Nedved. Nyondo Force. What is at the box? And Manganibanda says for Zambia. So it looks like a change is going to be made by the Egyptians. And from this end, they look like they'll be bringing in the number 16 for them as the second change for them. For this man, Abdulaziz, things not working out thus far for him. Back again, Egypt to start with Osama Galil Hamed Tamel. Manganibana draws out of his parameter. So change is going to be made by the Egyptians. They're taking out the number 11, Mustafa Muhammad Ahmed Abdallah, the 19-year-old from El Jakaria. And his place taken by the number 15, Omar Khalid Muhammad Mamush, the 18-year-old Wadi Degla player. He's actually on contract with Degla until July this year, and part of the under-23 Egyptian team, apart from being part of the under-20 here. He's 18 years of age. Break is on now by Zambia. Good play. Edward Sirufia cuts inside at the end of the box, and a free kick in a decent position for Zambia to get something out of there. Chance for Zambia to increase the tally. The likes of Mwepu interested, and so is Emmanuel Banda. And from that position, a natural left-footed player would be best just to carry the ball past this 5-man human wall that Egypt have put up to the likes of Osama Galil Hamid Samel. Part of it, and so is the captain Karim Walid Said Hassan. Like it's Emmanuel Banda, nicknamed the Chosen Boy. The player from Sporting Club is Maurice. Check this one. So chance now for Banda. That's one, and had it done by the former Changa Rangers player. So 8 minutes in the face of defeat or victory for either Zambia or Egypt. Stoppage coming through Mayembe, and Edward Chirufia landing rather awkwardly there. Abdu Muhammad. So Zambia, the free kick. Boyd Musonda. Easy pickings for Muhammad Isam Mustafa Muhammad, the 19-year-old Al Ali goalkeeper. Egypt now. They've always been known to come out strong towards the end of the match. Egypt are making the third and final change. Khalil Hagi Khalil Eunabu, 18 years of age, the player from FC Zurich in Switzerland, the former Zamalek under-19 player being introduced. So it's a situation of throwing everything in the sink for the Egyptians with 6 minutes counting down to 5 before the end of the match here. Of course, there's the additional optional time from the referee Helder Martinez de Carvalho, the Angolan match official. Look forward. So the last time that Zambia beat Egypt was on January 27, as Daka and Pasha's goal put Zambia in the driving seat. And thus far, Hassan with one from Egypt. 2-1 Zambia's lead here. So I said the last time that Zambia beat Egypt was in 2007. 3-0, it ended in Brazzaville. In the meantime, the Zambians on the attack here. Feeding 2 is not enough. And that's one thing that this Zambian side has shown us in this tournament. Because even in the game against Mali, you would have thought that with them leading by a possible 4-0, 4-1, 3-1 scoreline, you would have thought that they were going to take it easy. But with the likes of Boyd Musonda, they still feel that 2-1 is not enough. So Zambia's other win against Egypt under-20 takes us to 2005 in the qualifiers for the Benin under-20 tournament. And Zambia beat Egypt 2-0 in Chingola on the Copperbelt province at Nchanga Stadium. Davis Mwambe and Chale Kobamba with the goals in the 22nd and 75th minutes of the match. Of course, the other win was in 1999 during the Ghana qualifiers when Zambia beat Egypt 3-0. So she didn't end this way. It means that from 10 games played at the under-20 level between Zambia and Egypt since 1999, Zambia would have played 10 games against Egypt, winning 4, drawing 3, losing 3, scoring 3 goals, and scoring 13 goals, scoring 13 goals and allowing 11, which is a +2 goal difference. So frustration coming through from the likes of number 10 for the Egyptian side. They know that a loss here will mean an early flight to Cairo. Zambia now. Edward Silufia. Hoping to cut inside as Ahmed Muhammad was left for dead there. Mwempo. It's even very difficult to see where the man of the match player will come from, because it's been 8-8 stuff for both Egypt now. They've got a chance here, Egypt, opportunity, and what a good tackle coming through from Solomon Sakala. So corner for Egypt, but Sakala not happy as he was exposed there, left on a one-on-one situation that came through as he had to deal with Omar Khalid Muhammad Mamouche. Zambia will take time to get this free kick going, and I can confirm that it's a full Hero Stadium that we have here. slowly approaching the end of regulation time, and of course waiting for the additional optional time. Now, Egypt at the back again. They start still have time for them to get something here. Egypt, we do know that miracles happen. Impossible is nothing, and nothing is impossible in football. To the left, good cut out by Boyd Musonda. The Zambians would want to keep the ball away from that area. Offside against Fashion Sakala. And that should warrant a yellow card. And so, referee Helder Martinez de Cavallo, as if listening to commentary, surely Fashion Sakala should have done that. So Sakala with a yellow card. And right call by the Angolan match official. Throw-in by Egypt. It's about concentration levels here for both sides. But Zambia went for chance now. Pass of Jaka. Opportunity for Zambia. And it's a goal! Convincing win by the Zambians, who march into the semi-finals showing that if possible is nothing as the Zambians were down, and thereby concerning the likes of Mohamed Abdusalam, Mohamed Abdahil. So it's a famous win for the Zambians, and I can imagine what road celebrations will engulf the Zambian nation. So in Azania International Air Stadium, Sakala, Jata with the goals, Hassan with the first serve of Egypt. It's Zambia 3 and Egypt 1. So the total man of the match is Enoch Wepu, the Napster Stars midfielder, the 18-year-old Napster Stars midfielder, wins the man of the match award. And what an outstanding game he's had in the middle of the park for the Zambians. Wepu, nicknamed Computer. So the Zambians, with a 100% record, march into the semi-finals on Wednesday, where they'll meet the runners-up from Group B that has got Senegal, Cameroon, Sudan, and South Africa. So frustration, and what a sad day for the Egyptians. So overall statistics in terms of the tail of the tape, 47% more possession for the Zambians. Egypt did dominate in terms of more possession, but nothing to show for in terms of the goals. 2 yellow cards for the Zambians, 10 shots for the Zambians that came through here at the National Euro Stadium, and 15 fouls committed by Zambia. And of course, 10 times the Zambians have been caught at an offside position, clearly an intention that they were hoping to get more goals. And Zambia with the runaway win, Zambia 3 and Egypt 1. On how the afternoon's proceedings were. The two teams met for activity that happened at the Hero Stadium here. So Egypt looked expected, the side that would probably want to get an early goal was expected because they needed nothing but a win. And the break was on, they're sliding pass to the left, Mustafa Mohamed Ahmed Abdallah, and what a great goal that came through from Karim Walid Syed Hassan, the captain, keeping his name low despite scoring. But credit also should go to Mustafa Mohamed Ahmed Abdallah, who provided that cross on the right, and at that time it was Egypt that were in the driving seat. It was celebration time for the Egyptian side at that stage. So, and again, this is how the goal came through in the second half. It was Fashion Sakala, Patson Daga who got the goal for the Zambians, connecting and benefiting from that pass that came through from Fashion Sakala. You can see the addition in terms of the weight behind the ball from first started with Solomon Sakala, Fashion Sakala, and then Patson Daga bang in the back of the net there. And Yaka applied a set of edges. Now, as if stuck by a B, the Zambians kept coming through, and it was the first running. Fashion Sakala provided this one for Patson Daga, and what a glorious opportunity. Surely, should the Zambians have lost, Yaka would have been one of those that they would have complained about that missed chance. And you can see the frustration by the young Zambian striker. So, this time around it was Mwepu who has won the man of the match. What a good cross. And again, question marks about how Ahmed Hani Hussein Ibrahim Mosa could allow somebody behind him. In this case, Fashion Sakala to hit that one. And so at that stage, Fashion Sakala scoring the second goal for the Zambians, and they've been urging the fans to come on. As if two was not enough, the Zambians kept coming through. And this time around, it was Patson Daka let loose. And that's what you expect when you let Patson Daka loose. And that explains why he scored 13 goals for Power Dynamos last year as the top scorer for Power Dynamos. So here at the National Hero Stadium, it has ended Zambia 3 and Egypt 1. So Egypt on the third place, they're out with 2 points, and Mali have been kicked out of the tournament as well. So it's Zambia, Guinea who progressed to the semi-finals. Zambia 9 points, 3 out of 3. Guinea with 3 games played, winning 1, drawing 1, and losing 1. So from Group A, it is Zambia and Guinea who march into the semi-finals of the Total 2017 African Cup of Nations. So tomorrow at the National Hero Stadium here, it is the Young Falcons of Jordan, the Young Crocs Sudan, up against Amachita, South Africa, in that Group B action that will be coming through at 3 p.m. So, also at the Levi Monassi Stadium, Senegal will take on Cameroon in another Group B action that will also be kickstarting at 3 p.m. at the Levi Monassi Stadium in Ndola.